When you visit Krakow, Poland, the salt mines on the outskirts of the city in Wieliczka is a very popular and, for good reason, site to visit. It is one of several UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Krakow and offers 2 tours. If you have ever looked up the salt mines, you are most likely to think of what is referred to as the tourist route. This is the route with the salt-engraved statues and giant chandelier you will find in pictures. If I had some extra time, I would like to have done this route, but instead I chose the miners route because it seemed like it would be more of an experience where it feels like you are traveling back in time. On this route, we dressed up in miners' outfits, including the headlamps. It ended up being a lot of fun, and it was neat how most of the people from my guided tour were from a different country outside of Poland. It made for an interesting international experience. The voyage lasted 3 hours and took us 101 meters, or 331 feet, underground. The tour guide had a fun personality and was very informative as he led us through the pitch-black tunnels below. According to the site's website, only 2% of the tunnels are accessible to the public. Considering how expansive just the portion I toured was, this really says a lot. Additionally, a lot of the tunnels have collapsed over the years, so they have essentially been wiped out from history. To touch on some history, the mines were active for over 700 years until 1996. Historically, they brought a lot of money into Poland and greatly established the country as a commercial center within Europe. Early on, salt extraction methods were simple, as were those used to mine further into the ground. As the mines expanded deeper, it became necessary to focus on implementing structural integrity to prevent their collapse. At first, large sections of the ground were left in place to act as a support beam. Additionally, wood beams were put up for further support. Later, more contemporary construction materials, such as metal, were used. Life for the miners was tough. There were long hours with seemingly endless amounts of manual labor to get through. Prior to modern machinery being put into use, horses were used to assist them in areas such as transporting heavy items. Stables were installed into the tunnels, where the horses would spend much of their time when not in use. Much like the horses, the miners spent many hours underground. To accommodate this, an underground world was created. For example, several churches were crafted into the walls where the miners, many of whom were religious, could take time to practice their religion. Walking around the town of Wieliczka, where the salt mines reside, you would have no idea that so much has happened for so long below the surface. It is not a beaten-up industrial site like those you think of in Rust Belt towns in the US. The town had a whimsical charm to it as you walked around. The town center had some quaint stores, and there were several beautiful churches and historical sites to see. If you were to venture off into the residential area, just a few minutes walk away from the mine's entry, you would find what I will label as a small Polish town, despite it being fairly close to Krakow at a 30-minute drive away. It is not quite like an idyllic Eastern European fairy village, but it did have some of those qualities. Overall, a visit to the salt mines is a great experience if you are interested in anything from history to engineering to culture. Poland is mainly known for its political history by the general public, but like any country, they have a lot more than just that. The tour opened me up to a bigger picture of how industry drove Poland to what it is today.